we're all doing well today. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Let's turn this down a tiny bit. And we're back with Dragon Age Origins. We're back with Ellaine. We really need to get her some better armor soon. I've not actually been able to find any good light armor that fits her, so we're kind of stuck with this for now, but we'll get something eventually, I promise. And let's turn the music off. Now, okay, there is sound in game. For a second I thought it wasn't working. We had the joining, we just got told what we need to do. Okay, the blacksmith is gone, that's already looted. Literally nothing we can do except just go straight for the tower. That's good. I forgot I need to... My OBS still does not work properly, so I cannot see chat in OBS, and it's confusing me because I'm used to always having OBS on my second screen. So anytime I need to tap out for anything, I'm just gonna end up not seeing chat for a few minutes. Fun.
The plan will work, Your Majesty.
Of course it will. The blight ends here.
He sounds so certain. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. I'm sure absolutely nothing will go wrong in this battle.
Archers!
Why would you wait this long? You can fire at that range.
Hounds! For Ferelden!
I do genuinely question this strategy. Because if they're charging at you and you have archers and probably like siege weapons on top of the walls, you do not want to charge at them because you can just shoot them.
Let's cross the bridge and get to the Tower of Ishal.
Can you say that a little louder, Alistair? But it's one of those things where it makes for a really nice cinematic. But you absolutely would not do this. Like as well, if they are now fighting melee, none of these archers have a chance of hitting their own men. So you would want to be very careful. Like I don't even know where they aim.
Another one for the worms.
Like it kind of seems to go far beyond. So like they're not even hitting anything. They're just standing here to look pretty, I guess. But like the Ferodans have a fort. There is absolutely no reason to charge out into the open to fight them. They can just use the fort and stand on it as a defensive formation, and then use archers and just throwing literally whatever they have at the enemy. Boiling water.
Help me. They're everywhere. You're
Like-
Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
Elaine's just watching them with purely vacant eyes. Did I give Anastasia a crossbow? No. Do I have a crossbow? Yes. That might come in handy later. That's glitching again. That's fair. Okay, so this guy has pure archery abilities. Does he actually have... He actually has good tactics. I'm surprised. Now watch him at random just suddenly switch out to his mace and then never switch back. Unless I notice it in time. I really cannot stand...
Sensing more darkspawn.
Like, there are some issues with archers in this game at times. Just gonna loot this. We'll help them in a second. Oh, they're already dead. Whoops. Why are they all going for me? Come on, accepts. Let's take out a look.
On them!
Lovely.
Hey, watch it!
Come on.
So I shall.
I will say backstabs kind of make it a little bit tedious at times to manage a rogue. Wait, where is... Oh, there you are. What loot do you have? Come on, just money. Sweet. I guess it doesn't help that I lead with my rogue, so I take aggro on her first. Jeez, Anastasia. A health potion. Anastasia? I was very worried about him for a second. It's horribly out of character for me, I know.
I did it! I killed one!
And so I shall.
Let's get all this shit. And there we've got more archers.
Well, all right. Of course.
He switched to his fucking mace again.
Right then.
Knew he would.
Bad day, huh?
Jeez.
How's that?
Well. Let's get flaming weapons in. Why did I not pick that up earlier? And shot, let's hope that helps. Okay, that's good. Why? I swear, I need to take the maces away, but
And so I
if I don't take the melee weapons away, an enemy will charge up to them and they will be absolutely useless.
Do this, do that.
I was gonna give you better armor, Alistair, but if you don't want it, I guess you can keep your stuff. I guess you can also use an injury kit. I guess I'll permit it. Okay, let's go into the tower. The Tower of Ishal, or as I call it, the example why Ferelden / Tevinter architecture is fucking horrible. Technically, this was made by the Tevinter, so we can blame them for it. But we can't quite show it now. But this is a tower wherein every single time you want to climb a single floor, you need to circumnavigate the entire tower. There is no interconnecting staircase that allows you to go from one floor all the way to the top. Every single time you want to climb a single floor in this tower, you gotta circumnavigate the entire thing. Is it gonna switch everybody to range for this? This is a kind of shitty area if you don't. Can actually target them from here. So our traps here that I can then disarm.
That's a trap.
Okay, yeah, that was really close because he was about to just run straight into that. It's gonna select everyone.
All right.
Let's target the emissary.
On it.
He's moving back.
There's so many!
Never mind. Let's go for this one. And he's moving close again. So now we target him again. You're taking damage. Take a health potion. Come on. Did you get him? Okay. Anastair, switch over. You. Use a health potion. Why did you decide to run up? Anyway, the emissary is down, which is usually the biggest issue in this room. Did Anastair not get...
What? Right then. Ha!
It's because he was down when it was cast the first time. That's an interesting, I'm not sure if I'd call it a bug, but it definitely is an interesting way for the spell to work. Okay, let's get Crossbow guy up. He's a temporary character, so we're not gonna waste injury kits on him. You can just walk through the pain. I'm sure it will be fine. Oh, now we need to wait a second for him to recharge his health. Because I'm fairly certain this will start a fight as soon as we open this door. Why are they all going for me anyway? Come on. He's down again? No, Anastasia, focus on this one.
What now?
Beat him down.
Just so you know.
Okay, that went horrible. Let's see if they have any good loot. Again, we're not gonna put healing items on the two expendables. Because we have no idea how long they're gonna stay in the
Well,
party
all
anyway.
right.
And we found a gift. How nice. Let's save those up for Liliana. I actually need to look into it because I think you can break the game by giving gifts too much to companions, which is one of the reasons they work so different in 2, and I don't think gifts are a thing in Inquisition at all.
As you
Open this up.
desire. Well, all right.
Okay, don't
Why are you...
with you now.
Cut them down!
Bad day.
So I shall.
on?
Of course.
For the Grey Warden!
Get this guy. Sweet.
Of course.
Is that another armor? Is that actually like good stat wise? Oh, that's really bad stats. I mean, I need good armor. I might need to do some money duping once we're in.
Make us
We've
mad.
unlocked the camp.
What are these Darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the Horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here. Hey, you're right. I guess there is a silver lining here if you think about it. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Taron Logain will be waiting for the signal.
I'm sure as soon as Logain sees the signal, he will immediately charge in to help the Feraldans. Everything will go right. No trouble will happen here. We're gonna go into these paths.
Grab some glory!
These. Injury kit, that's nice. What's actually the difference between a minor and a lesson? Paladin is cured of up to 3 injuries. Okay. We can stockpile some of those then. Keep going. There's a specific reason we want to do it this way. Because there are a lot of darkspawn over there. And I
Sense
think
more darkspawn.
this will work. Kinda. Good enough for me. No. No. Come on. Let's get these. And bit by bit. You want to check them out for this. The rest of them can handle that last remaining darkspawn. They don't need my help.
Of course.
That fruit. Oh, that could be useful. But yeah, this is what I mean with the bad architecture. We need to go around the entirety of the tower again for the next fighter stance. And we will keep doing that for every single floor. I think it's 2 more after this. Can't remember. I think it's 2 more. Come on. My mouse is being weird. Kinda need to get a new one soon.
Take that!
Off I go.
Okay.
Logain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
Yes, it's very important he charges. I'm sure nothing will go wrong, Alistair. We had to talk about
So
this.
I shall. Well, all
Come on. Why are they all back there? Like, I'm used to them lagging behind a tiny bit, but not that much. Come on. Alistair, why are you down again? The mage is really stealing a lot of my health potions. I shouldn't be going to these temporary companions.
Light-headed.
They should take less damage. Just as an order from me. Let's wait for everybody to recharge health. Let's pop a lesser injury kit.
Well, all right.
I actually think stealth will be useful here.
Your thing.
How? Oh, because I opened the door. I forgot that the opening doors completely interrupts your own stealth. Come on. See with these?
Well, all right.
Wonderful. Get some war paint for when we get access to our dog. We're gonna get a dog soon, by the way, so if people wanna start brainstorming name ideas, let me know ahead of time. Alistair, open this door. Enjoy the fight! Come on.
Okay,
Of course.
done with you now.
We're actually kind of handling them really well. I'm used to this hallway giving some issues, but why did you switch back to your mace?
Of course.
Like, I swear archers have no self-preservation in this game. There are a few moments where you do really need them. But we've got enough melee. Like, we're handling the melee fine enough here. It's always, they switch over to melee. And then like instantly realize they don't need it anymore. I'm just gonna take this away from you. It's mine now. Okay.
Well, all right. Lovely.
Is this the final
Let's grab some glory.
one?
Take that.
I think that might actually be the door up to the boss room.
Lovely.
Let's hope it is. Yeah, top floor. Let's not everybody's health regen first. How are we on poisons and oh, we've got actually quite a lot. Yeah, we don't need to make extra. We do have extra flasks, so we could. Maybe stock up on extra health potions. That should last us a while, I think. Let's go in. Time for a boss battle. Okay. What can we do? Paralyze. Kind of want to get as many abilities on him as we can. This is sustainability. Just start with a bash. Come on. Why are you walking this close? What the fuck is wrong with you? Genuinely, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why? Why would you?
More dying. Please.
Okay, let's get our nature damage, spirit damage, chance to stun. There we go. There's actually no reason to use dirty fighting during this. Can we stun lock it? Hang on.
Of course.
We just might. I've never had this fight go so easy before. I didn't know it was this easy to cheese it. Please.
The beacon is over here. We've surely missed the signal.
I always struggle with this fight because you don't really have room to develop your party much yet, so it's very like it's very dependent on the stuff you actually have access to. But I never fucking knew I could just do that. Okay, we're gonna steal all of their stuff. Because they're about to die anyway. So they won't need it.
Sound the retreat.
But
Oh
what about
no,
the king?
who could have expected
Should we not-
Do
this?
as I command.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Oh no, what a disaster. The king dies, who I have absolutely no attachment to. Because he only barely just showed up. By the way, the hilts of the daggers Duncan is using here are different from the weapon he was holding before. You can watch it back if you want, but his weapons suddenly change mid-charge. Oh no, Duncan is dead. How sad. I cared about him so much, and I definitely didn't think he'd come across as racist. Oh no. I don't actually care that Duncan died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just don't like him.
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
I remember you, to go from the
I
wilds.
am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
I'm gonna just say this once, just to get it out of my system. Ellaine has a really nice looking back and shoulders.
Mother
That's all.
managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
You mean Alistair?
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Thank you for helping me, Morrigan.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
I will go then.
I will stay and make something to eat.
Sweet. I'm gonna see your stuff. Slightly better. Even though it doesn't show up at all. Wait, why do we need strength for light armor? I mean, it's still worse than the armor we already have, but I don't think we can buy different versions from this mod until we get to the camp. So we need to do all of loadering. And we need to do all of loadering while we're there because we can't travel back to it once we left.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
Afraid you were going to be left alone.
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the King. They're all dead. Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
I suppose we should thank you.
If you know what is good for you, I suppose you should.
Where are all the Darkspawn?
The largest part of the Horde has moved on. We are safe enough for now. Old Flemeth knows a thing or two about hiding. The longer you are here, the less that is true, however. These things will notice you eventually.
We need to stop this blight somehow.
We need to bring Loghain to judgment. Why would he do this?
Now
He's an
that
asshole.
is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
Let's see. Then we need to find the Archdemon.
By ourselves? No Grey Warden has ever defeated a blight without the army of a half-dozen nations at his back. Not to mention, I don't know how.
How to kill the archdemon, or how to raise an army? It seems to me those are two different questions, Have the Wardens no allies these days?
I don't know. Duncan said that the Grey Wardens of Orlais had been called, and Ellaine would never stand for this, surely.
You think the Jarl would believe us over the town?
I suppose. Ellaine wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Let's see. Keep in mind that Logan was also an honorable man.
The Jarl would never do what Tairn Loghain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Ellane's
We're just
help
soaking
would
the
be enough.
fires a little bit.
He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
Sure, there are other allies we could call on.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Ellaine, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
I doubt it will be as easy as that.
And when is it ever?
It's always been the Grey Warden's duty to stand against a blight. And right now, we're the Grey Wardens.
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I'd be happy with just staying alive.
Come to think of it, that would be nice.
Well, don't expect me to do everything. There is, however, one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Thank you, but if Morrigan doesn't wish to join
Her magic
us...
will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
She won't come to harm us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. 'Tis not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should just get on the way.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
What a cheerful idea.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Now, I will say one of my favorite mental images about this entire interaction is that as soon as we leave with Morrigan, Flamet just gets changed into the outfit we see in Dragon Age 2, and it's just like, finally, she's gone. For some reason, it just always brings tears to my eye thinking about it. Let's get improved coercion. Gonna improve tool use just to make sure we keep on top of that. And we can level up Alistair. Let's do strength for now, just so he does a little bit more damage. Guess we give him Master Combat. Survival could also be good. Let's just get Master Combat first, so we can... Well, don't meet the strength requirements yet anyway. Precise striking could be good. Not sure if we'll use it that much though. And let's go to Lothering. I forgot how many cutscenes
And I
we have
expect
this
each of
early
you
on.
to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most... fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Wow, what a
Van
heroic
Tegan,
character.
please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, your Majesty?
Like, I do get that Logain has his genuine reasons for what he's doing. Like, he genuinely believes he's doing the best thing for Ferelden. It still is just a bit much. It's time to come up with dog names soon. That fruit. Let's pick it up.
And how's that?
See what spells does he have. Lightning could be useful. The axe.
Yes.
try and keep Anastasia alive. Actually, we can get close weapons.
I shall do.
Too easy.
Let's grab some glory!
Got an achievement for that apparently. Okay, does anybody have any suggestions for the dog?
I think he
pet
was
him.
out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
He can come, we better make him
And
so
yet we
useful.
still have Alistair along.
I think I'm just gonna go for Bark Spawn. It's a classic name. Oh, we have a lot of new stuff. Anastasia of Sam's one recruited him into Grey Wardens or rescued him, as Anastasia would say. His mother was 7 girl who died when Anastasia was very young. It's voiced by Eamon Guerin, Art of Redcliffe for a time. This is an eye, by the way. His mother's still alive. We meet her in Inquisition. We've been given a gift of freedom by our forebears. Let us not spawn with the only touted warhammer Loge MacTier, and Nora has been one to stay quietly in the background. It's common knowledge in the 5 years Nora and Caden had trying to get the shields of removing the power. She's held much higher esteem than her husband by the people proud of nobility and commonness alike. And commands respect even of foreign nations, having once inspired Empress Selene for later declare Nora proud as a solitary rose among brambles. He fell in battle alongside Duncan at Ostagar. RIP. Coffin came to Logan's service the hard way. She belonged to a poor family and was out doing work on a farm when she saw a man on horseback being attacked by several bandits. She trusted his assistance and found out belated need that the man she saved was honored than the great hero Ellaine. This was hardly more than a child. He took her in, offering her a position with the soldiers as he climbed through the ranks through sheer determination. Becoming the commander of Marek Shield, Logan's elite soldiers was the proudest moment of her life. Wonderful. Duncan was good and bad against overwhelming numbers of Darkspawn or Cigar alongside King Caden. RIP. At the maternal uncle of King Caden, our Eamon is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Redcliffe honored Lodge, especially wealth by the crowd in its critical strategic location. Fortress guards the western pass that leads to Ellaine, as well as a major trade route with Orsamar. Well-respected man, though not the most charismatic, King Caden once said of him, Uncle Eamon is a man everyone thinks well of when they remember to think of him at all. It's a long one. Ages ago, legend says Ben Conabar took over a wife, beautiful young woman who harbored a secret talent for magic, Flamet of Highover. For a time they lived happily, until they arrived with a young poet Austin, who captured the lady's heart with his verse. They turned to the chastened tribes for help and hid from Conabar's wrath in the wilds. Till word came to them that Conabar lay dying. His last wish was to see Flamet's face one final time. Lovers returned, but it was a trap. Conabar killed Austin and imprisoned Flamet in the highest tower of the castle in grief and rage. Flamet worked on a spell to summon the spirit into this world to wreak vengeance upon her husband. Vengeance she received, but not as she planned. The spirit took possession of her, turning Flamet into an abomination, a twisted, maddened creature. She slaughtered Conabar and all his men and fled back into the wilds. For 100 years, Flamet plotted stealing men from the chase and to sire monstrous daughters. Perfect things that could kill a man with fear. Its Kokari wilds needs an army to chase them from the wilds to strike at the Alamari tribe. They were defeated by the hero Cormac and all the witches' burns they stay, but even now the wilders whisper that Flamet lives on in the marsh. She and her daughter steal those men who come too near. Morgan's mother saved the last Grey Wardens from death at the top of the Tower of Ishal, but just who or what Flamet truly is a mystery. Logan was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable technical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the North heir to the Frozen Throne. Together they led the rebels to drive at the force of the Elysian Empire. Merrick raised his friend to the nobility, and Logan is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Frozen ideals of hard work and independence. During the Battle of Hostagar, he fled the field, leaving Kincaid and the Grey Wardens to die. He then returned to Denner and declared himself the regent to his daughter, Queen Honora, vowing that Frown and follow him against the Darkspawn, upsetting a great many of the bands. I heard so many things. Of herself, Morgan says no. She does not deny being a witch of the wilds, but beyond that, everything about her was in question. Her mother claims to be Flamet. If that's true, then Morgan might as well be a very powerful witch, for the tales of the daughters of Flamet tell of twisted, monstrous women who can kill a man with fear. She was made to accompany the surviving Grey Wardens, the payment Flamet set for saving the lives of the Tower of Ishal. Men Tegan, Gweren, younger brother unto all Aemon of Redcliffe and uncle to King Caelan. Tegan holds the banner of Rhaenosphere, a tiny province of Redcliffe squeezed between the Frostback Mountains and Lake Cannonad. Ben Tegan avoids the down in court except to go hunting with his nephew and rarely makes himself heard at an ends meet, preferring to leave politics to his brother. There's so many things in the Codex. Hurlock, Tanner than a Genlock cousins, the Hurlocks are roughly human-sized but possess a considerable strength and constitution. Shock Troop of the Darkspawn, a single berserking Hurlock can often be a match for numerous opponents at once. They are known to adorn themselves with roughly carved tattoos to keep track of their clothes indeed, though it is unknown whether or not there is a uniform standard to these markings. Alpha Hurlocks are more intelligent and more skilled fighters, often serving as commanders and generals. Hurlock emissaries have always been known to appear during a blight. These Darkspawn are the only ones reported as being capable of human speech and often capable of employing magic. Towering over the Darkspawn kin, the massive ogres are a rare sight on the battlefield. Traditionally, they only appear during a blight, but some records claim the ogres have been spotted in the deep roads hunting alone or in small groups. At least one report by the Grey Wardens claims that an ogre was spotted alone in the Kokari Wilds in 919 Dragon, though it was weakened and needs to be dispatched. Up to 100 of these creatures can accompany a Darkspawn horde at any time during a blight, often using their great strength to burst through fortifications and demolish the front lines of the opposing army. It is brute force to charge our enemies like bows, slam the ground with the fists to shake enemies off their feet, and hold giant rocks to the face of oncoming foes. Melee can be difficult against a giant that snatches a warrior up in one hand, crushing the life out of him or beating him into oblivion with the other hand. The nimble can try to wiggle his way free, or an ally can attempt to raise stunning blows at an ogre to free the comrade in danger. Grey Warden lore urges caution when staying an ogre, unless it's ensure that they have received a major wound to the head or the heart. It's impossible that they are lying dormant and will regenerate to full health within a matter of minutes. During a blight, most Grey Wards recommend burning all Darkspawn to ashes, dead ogres in particular. Interesting. There's so much stuff. Havard was Mepharet's closest friend. They were children together in the same of our clan. They fought side by side in so many battles that Mepharet dubbed him Havard of the Aegis. Better to have him inside than any soon. Mepharet brought Havard with him to meet with the Divinities. It was unthinkable to stand before the enemy without his Aegis. When he understood that Mepharet was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw swords against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Divinities soldiers. The Divinities struck him down and Mepharet left him for dead. But Aegis was not so easily destroyed. Havard lived and made his way, gravely wounded, to the gates of Minrefus to stop the execution. Too late, he found only the ashes of the prophet left to the wind and rain. When his finger touched the ash, his ears filled with song, and he saw a vision of Andraste dressed in cloth and starlight. She nodded his side, saying, "Rise, Aegis of the faith, the makers shall never forget you so long as I remember." His wounds healed instantly, and with new strength, Havard gathered up Andraste's remains and carried them safely back to the lands of Alamari. Okay. Just gonna go to the controls, quest related. Okay, that's stuff we kind of skipped over. Sweet. Let's keep going. And here we've got Nodering. Hark's home. Unfortunately, she already left.
More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
Just listen to your friend, we're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Forget it, I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Do you really want to fight a Grey
Did
Warden?
she say she's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
traitors to Ferelden, I hear. Tern Loghain put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But are them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways.
You know the Grey Wardens could use a donation.
Don't say.
They is really good, boss. Remember?
Well, yes. 20 silvers? That's all we've collected today. And just when we had things settled.
Come on.
As you desire.
Okay, so I think if we kill the leader, Shadowlands, I remember correctly. So I don't know why Alistair walked up to this guy instead, but you know, that's Alistair for you.
Alright,
cannot be defeated.
we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
You picked the wrong
Yes,
target.
yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
You follow my lead. I could use
What,
some
you
soldiers.
joking, right? I could never be a soldier.
Oh, you can die. Your
I'm
choice.
not going down without a fight.
Okay. Well. He definitely put up a fight, I guess. Wait, does he have injuries? No, that's just active effects. Use a stronger health potion.
Another corpse for the pile.
I had it walking that way. I'm afraid if I go that way too much, I might accidentally trigger an area transition. So we're just gonna make range attack, just to be safe.
We are victorious again.
Wonderful. We'll pop that lesser injury kit as well.
Well, all right.
Take. Perfect.
As you desire.
That's them dealt with. And our inventory is full. But we can sell
Well,
stuff in a second.
There it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Yeah, not a good question to ask
very
her.
creepy. Forget I asked.
What do you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
Try and use those treaties.
I agree. Have you looked at them?
Yes, I have.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for.
I just told you I
Danish
looked
elves,
at them.
the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Ellaine is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Ellaine is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
What do you think we should do, Morgan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
I'm ready to get
Fair
going.
enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
We need to go to the merchant. Need to sell some stuff.
If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll
It's
warn
just
you.
a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Is your profiteering ruffling some
You could
feathers?
say that, yes.
The nerve of these people!
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Lower your prices and lose your goods.
Maker's breath. Sometimes it's truly not worth operating this far south.
Just charge what you would have before this tragedy.
Fine, yes, just stop complaining. You're giving me a headache.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
I'm gonna see this stuff. No, my inventory.
Are you here to make my head ache, or do you actually want to? It isn't my...
See what you have. Do you actually have... No, you don't have the mod armor. See, what can we get rid of? Wolf pelt, we can sell those. Sell these. Hang on, instead of gift, okay. They are marked even in the inventory, so I can just sell these. I kinda gotta sell them separately in order to make the trick work. Did I just sell the gift? I did. Whoops. Accessories. These are... Yeah, they have no use, so I'm just gonna... Now, I think I might as well get rid of... Actually, shouldn't get rid of stuff yet, because we're about to recruit Liliana.
Of course.
And we might want to have some of these weapons
I'm cold.
and stuff for
I
her.
don't like this.
Let's go and get Liliana first, and then we can look for other quests to do.
Have you seen my mother?
Poor thing, did you and your mother get separated?
Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Come with me, I'll help you look for your mother.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Go to the chantry, someone will look after you.
But only if I don't find Mother first. So, are you really an elf?
Did the ears give me away?
Father says elves aren't very nice, but you're nicer than everybody here. Thank you for helping me.
Sweet.
Stop looking at me, mongrel. I have nothing you want. Why do you keep staring at me so, you flea-ridden beast? Can you not tell when you are not wanted? I enjoy company of creatures of the wild, not stench-ridden domesticated wolves. And he persists. Maddening!
At this point, I think he's just trying to piss her off deliberately.
Terran Logain is the new regent, isn't it?
As you desire.
But I thought Darks.
Let's go in the inn. I actually, my very first playthrough, I didn't know you had to go in here to recruit Liliana, and I didn't recruit her. I was very sad.
Well, look what we have here, men. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt
My
more
wife.
poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Let's talk about this before things get out
I
of
doubt
hand.
he would listen. He blindly follows his master's commands.
I am not the blind one. I served at Ostagar, where the Terns saved us from the Grey Warden's treachery. I serve him gladly. Enough talk! Take the Warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right, let's make this quick.
Well,
Dear.
actually I should switch and I'll step back to his weapons.
Let's end this. Oh, is that right? Let us end this.
Taking a lot of damage.
All right, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Take a message to Logain.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really
I'll
happened.
tell him right away. Now, thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
It's alright, I was happy to save your life.
Save my life. I assure you, I can handle myself.
So I see, why does the sister learn to fight like that?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I am Ellaine, a pleasure.
They said you were a Grey Warden. I'm surprised you're an elf. But elves must want the blight defeated as much as humans, no? I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Is my memory mistaken? I'm no Grey Warden.
But... Oh, I see. Of course. Shall we move on, my completely ordinary and unremarkable friend?
If that's what you want, I do need to help.
That and the Maker wants me to go with you.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well, not any way helping it is offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
I'll crack
Thank
your
you.
skull, Morrigan.
I appreciate being given
Don't
this
test
chance.
me.
I will not let you down.
I'm sorry, Barkspawn.
Indeed.
I thought I had the mod installed to let you have a fort. It's not just for Barkspawn, but
Lovely.
apparently not. Let's see. I'm gonna steal all this stuff. Thank you.
As
this
I
guy.
live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Is there something I can do for
I
you?
represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Ellaine. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
Why should I help
The Blackstone Irregulars fought alongside the King's army against Ellaine. We've helped nobles defend their land and given our service to people in need for generations. Our current captain, Raelnor, is an honorable man who sees that we can do some good in Ferelden once more. He is so confident in our mission that he trusted the Grey Wardens would support us.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
And we can get some extra side quests from this. Scraping the barrel, number of people who aid the Blackstone Irregulars. Times a need, those times an hour. I find 3 letters of conscription, delivering them to people listed below. Dono Garrison and Redcliffe, Peter Hatter, Gretchen Lovering, and Farrell Brennan Enrim. So we'll accept that. My friend Rick is required to assist to track down and deal with deserters. Do this and you will be rewarded. These deserters stuck with them valuable supplies crucial to the regular's future. As supply of martial services deal with these wastes of spaces you see fatal, bring the supplies back as booty. The problem has been dealt with. Ask no questions to your methods and find a condition of deserters. Use your own discretion. At Lake Cannonhead, Denerim, and the Frostback Mountains. Accept. And this guy had a
Hear
quest.
about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Don't worry about them.
You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
Show me what you've got. Oh, I want to get distillation agents. We're gonna need those eventually. That's a pretty low on flasks. Let's get an extra one. Let's equip Liliana as well. First off, actually I should... Where is my... Scout's bow? And then we give Liliana the Phoenix Eye. And in a second space, we will give her 2 Grey Iron Daggers. For armor, leather helm. I'm gonna give her studded leather, or does she come with chainmail? What are her stats? I guess we want to go for studded leather. Gives her a set bonus as well. Seeker Circle, Cunningham Mental Resistance, okay. Could give this to Alistair then. I also want to see... Okay, these are worse than what she already has. Could give Alistair this shield. Slightly better. And don't really want to go for a 2-handed weapon on him. Okay. Is everybody equipped?
You're here about food. Take it up with that. I got other gear to sell.
Know of any well-paying work in Lovering?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about poison?
I've dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Let's see what I can do.
Thanks. I might have some ingredients in stock. Don't really know what you need.
Okay. And what's this proposition? 3 flasks of venom should do the trick. How many do we have? 3. Let's just give them to
Any
them.
luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock? Splendid! If those beasties... Yeah.
That's dealt with. Let's pick up some more side quests. I think there's also one for making traps and one for making potions in here. I don't know if... Doesn't
Did you speak to
Liana
that
have,
knight
actually?
yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to
Yeah, she
everyone
does
in
have
the
steaming.
tavern.
Let's see.
How are we supposed to know where the urn of sacred ashes is? Might as well ask us how to get to the moon. He said that all the Redcliffe knights were looking.
See what we can pick up from these.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
No, we don't have anybody in the party we can. Sorry, I can't make traps.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
It's kind of meant to serve as like trap making tutorial, but I kind of...
They say your mother is
I
Flemeth,
rarely use them
a witch of the Kukari
in
Wilds.
games like this.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right, and they are right in this.
You know the stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them. No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Flemeth, what the fuck?
Of course.
Like, genuinely, what the fuck?
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
Know a bit about herbalism.
And you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Sweet. One of these plants. 3, specifies refer to note for specific. Yeah, so... here we have those.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
Didn't need them. Here
This
you go.
will help me.
Sweet. Yeah, I should check the codex, because there will be some notes to it. Did that. Notes. And search for the unchannel one that must found Brother in TV by now still until here, but all as well must proceed as planned. Brother in TV holds the key to finding the sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where the Brother in TV lies. I've been to a summon dinner and found it true, and I'm amazed that the knights have not done likewise, since they have. It's best not to call them thoughts of conspiracy, so I don't know where it's my report to know them. Go to the meeting and report what I've learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, I'll ask to see if you can find my fate. Pray that this complete, but I cannot. Okay. Liana, in a closer away from the fuss and the fury of the city, I found peace in the stillness I could hear the maker. And this is sort of the chance we can beat this stuffing out of trained mercenaries would be notable enough. And also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the maker himself is unusual to say the least. She joined Anderson and Ellaine in Lothering, insisting that she would prove useful. In ancient time, Lothering was a little more than a trading post that served the fortress of Oscar to the south. Nowadays, it's largely serving Redcliffe and the community of merchants and surface wars near Orzammar. Its location on the North Road gives a strategic advantage to control of Lothering as historically been about a matter of contention between the southern Bannon and the South Reach Arning. King Cain himself stepped in and watered down to South Reach in the Exalted Age, largely under the feud or at least the appearance of it. Okay.
How dare you accuse me of thievery?
Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
Isn't it wonderful how the blight brings everyone together?
Tisra, Merad etwasit, Abana kyun, Maras shokra, Anan nesam kyun.
Morgan, you were gonna say something? I guess not.
You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace.
You're a prisoner. Who put you here?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
The revered mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
It is, as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
I'm Ellaine. Pleased to
You
meet
mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now. I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn.
Oh, now you care about
If you cannot see
mercy.
a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
That sounds more
Yes,
like you.
that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
I find myself in need of scout help.
No doubt. What help do you seek?
I'm sworn to defend the land against the blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yes, I am.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Oh, fuck you too. What a revered mother like.
Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
Let's, I think I can open it actually with my unlocking skills. But we're gonna ask for the key.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is all random then. A happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order
standing
over
there
chaos
trying to
is
pretend nothing's
futile.
happening.
Nature is, by its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
The Chanters are still operating their board. Now that's dedication.
Let's buddy chant to death until
And
a little bit.
Ellaine spoke unto the masses, My hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's Chanter Devons.
What's the chant?
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
So if I wanted to touch a roof, I talk to
There's
him.
all sorts of things on his board. Even travelling sellswords sometimes turn in postings.
So we really can't speak at all.
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
Chanter says what?
Oh, you got him to speak! Ha!
What hath man's sin wrought?
Oh, he cheated.
Let's take this one. I think it also updates as we go along.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This woman bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
I'm gonna know, that sounds kind of racist. I'm ignoring people I know I intend to.
Darkspawn will feast on our flesh! Everyone will die! Your king...
Can I actually talk to him further?
Can you all not smell the evil? This one is tainted!
Calm down. The Darkspawn can be fought and beaten.
No! I have seen them! You cannot run! You cannot fight!
What happened to you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn.
How did you escape?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off. She had hair the same color as yours.
Scaring these people won't get her back.
You were right. I will go.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There's always hope.
You're right. We can't give
that
up.
was really
we
easy
can't fight.
to convince
What
him.
are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim. The evil shall descend upon us!
Well, all right.
Okay. I don't think that was supposed to happen, but... I think... Yeah. Doesn't really matter much. Both the same stats.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
Let's go in here. Report to that one night and get the key for Sense Cage. And I want to do as many of the side quests we can do here as possible. We're not going to do the one for traps because we're not going to use those. So I need to find Patrick Rage somewhere in Lothering. That's Redcliffe. Let's make this our active quest.
There's word of Darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now.
I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
If he were well? What do you mean?
The Arl is stricken with an illness that threatens his life. We have found no cure, either natural or magical.
When did this happen?
Only a few weeks ago, but he has declined quickly. No one knows the nature of the illness, and even magic has done little to slow its progress. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his.
And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I mean, he's like right outside. I thought the bandits had killed him.
I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
So the quest for the ashes brought you here.
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact. but my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
I should go.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, my lady. You have been most helpful.
That is all.
Sweet.
May the Maker...
Only one person witnessed my friend's betrayal. How about the Aegis? Childhood friend of my friend who accompanied his chief to the meeting with the Devinters. Not realized what his plan when he understood that my friend was giving Androssi over to be executed. I found unwilling to draw a sword against his friend in need, placed himself between Androssi and the Deventer soldiers. Winter struck him down and Mafarath left him for dead. Gravely wounded, Halvard made his way to the gates of Minarath to stop the execution. When he reached it in Tabardine, was already done. The arms of the plains long since spurred. I thought, cursing his weakness, gathered the earthy remains of Androssi that left to the wind, rain and breath. When his fingers touched the bite of ashes, he filled with song. He saw a form of vision of Androssi dressed in cloth, made a starlight seen out of the sight, singing the makes never forget. Song faded in the vision, rather than Halvard was alone. His wounds were healed, new strength after the ashes. Okay, that's literally the story we already read. That's just an entire Bible verse. I'm not reading that. Jason and Bardus have lived in the Kokari world since the first wars, where the Alamari drove them southwards millennia ago. According to their own lore, they have always been forest-running people that adapted quickly to the new home. Game and fish are planted from the wetlands, and the Jason thrived. For a time, they and the hill-dwelling of ours were true threats to the northern lowlands. The Deventer Imperium had arrived and was hard-pressed to keep back the waves of invaders from the south and the west. The fortress of Ostagar was built specifically towards the Jason hordes venturing north of the tree line. Similar to the legendary warrior Hafted soundly defeated the Jason in the first half of the Divine Age, but the question of their ability to contest the lowlands was settled permanently. Today the Jasons are considered largely peaceful, though the race is still primitive compared to our own. In the Kokari wilds they live in strange-looking huts, built on stilts or even built to the ground tree tops. They paint their faces and are split into small tribes ruled by shamans like those among the Avars. Many tales of those shamans having learned their magic from the witches of the wilds, which still inspires much serious to awe and gratitude. Even if there's no definitive proof they exist, in particular the tales of Flemeth, the greatest witch of the wilds, celebrated amongst our tribes. Or there's no way to know how many there are in the wilds today. A few travelers that pass through the forest south of Jason, eking out an existence even in the frozen wasteland, or the far south. We're going to assume that should the Jason ever organize themselves once more, we might have reason to fear them here and and we ignore them at our peril. Somewhat worrying. For a moment I thought it was Sister Patrice. It would sound like something Sister Patrice would write, honestly. However, at most of this, he felt ill with a serious condition that even magic could not treat. Northern Islands are remote, large churches and harbour cities remote, rumored to be most extraordinary of both. These are the lands Canary lands and the fauna always ever see. On the shores of the three exalted marches, raids against the giants have reached the south. 30 rifles sent. The silk giant in the cage was shown as the strange thing people loading had ever seen.
Maker spoke. A chant of light scattered in the darkness.
Okay. Let's ask for the key.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
I do not recognize your companion. Greetings. Will you be making a donation to the Chantry? Our need has never been greater.
No. I have nothing to
I
offer.
understand. Not all are wealthy enough to spare even a few coins for the Maker's favor. What can I do for you then?
I want to talk about Stan, the Canary you imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
What did he do?
He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Canary gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Canary just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them.
Are you certain he did it?
He confessed quite readily, but would give no reason for the crime. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Canary is a danger.
I want him freed. I might have a use for
Then
him.
his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I think you should reconsider that stance.
Now we threaten priests.
How fun!
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get out of hand here.
What is the meaning of this? You would threaten me with violence?
Your Reverence, please. We are on an important mission. Let us take...
Let me threaten her.
I beg you.
I see. And if not, I am to be assaulted. Is this what we have come to?
No, Your Reverence. I will not allow that to happen.
I have more important matters to concern me. Here, take the key to the creature's cage and begone. Do not return.
I have little patience for Andrastians. Alistair disapproves -13.
But those who have sinned...
I'm surprised we didn't get negative approval for Liliana from that.
Be forgiven.
Actually, let's give some gifts to people. What do we have? Silver bracelet. I feel like tribal necklace.
A
More
fine
might like
gift.
that. And let's give Liliana the bracelet.
Oh, how...
Why won't it let me threaten? Oh no, don't tell me the game's crashing. Oh no. Good. It keeps getting stuck like halfway through loading and I get scared every single time.
So, you truly do not believe in any sort of higher power?
It has been bothering you, I see. No, I do not. Must I?
What do you believe happens to you after you die, then? Nothing?
I do not go to sit by the Maker's side, if that's what you mean.
Only those who are worthy are brought to the Maker's side. So many other sad souls are left to wander in the void, hopeless and forever lost.
And what evidence of this have you? I see only spirits, no wandering ghosts of wicked disbelievers.
It must be so sad to look forward to nothing, to feel no love and seek no reward in the afterlife.
Yes, the anguish tears at me so. You have seen through me to my sad, sad core.
Now you're simply mocking me.
You notice? It appears your perceptive powers know no bounds.
I mean, they're both kind of pushing each other a bit much. Honestly.
You wish something more of me?
There's a key to opening
confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
I tried her for it. She agreed to release you into my
One
custody.
would think she would send a document or an agent of her chantry, but perhaps not all humans act in such a fashion. So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the blight.
And if I choose to do something else, would you?
You may try. And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
What if I don't need you to your atonement?
And I will find it myself. May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Sweet. Actually, I kind of want to take him with me for a while.
Yes.
Do we have weapons? Great sword is probably slightly better. Grey iron helmet, chainmail gloves. Doesn't matter much which we grab. Give chainmail and chainmail boots. For the item set bonus. Do you have any spare? We do have a spare crossbow. Just in case. Okay, let's go looking for the bandits. Let's also end the spell for now. Just so she has more. There, we've got a few.
Oh, this could be good.
And I'm kind of relying on you to draw the aggro.
Away with you! Take a preserve! Too easy!
He is already down.
Delightful!
How did that happen?
Alright, it is begin the onslaught! And how...
Liliana, please. Why do you do this to me?
Another battle over everything. Here comes trouble!
Come on.
I'll try to be merciful. You will learn to Is that all you've got?
Move a little bit closer, see if that helps. Not really.
Defend yourself.
Wait, are there actual cover mechanics in this?
I'll do it.
I did not expect the game to actually manage cover. That's surprising. That genuinely surprises me. Giant spiders, we don't need to fight those. Okay, Stan, can you please handle aggro this time? Can you also please regen your health? Wait, what spell was active? Oh.
What now?
And actually, it's kind of annoying how you need to reactivate it when people go down. I think that's
Right
fixed in 2. At least I don't remember it being as big an issue in 2.
On my way.
Cross me and you shall pay!
You will
Choose
learn
a distance
to
as
fear
an
me.
advantage.
Make a preserver.
Now let's move in. He's already down again.
Of course.
You know, I thought I really thought that Mars was supposed to be able to take hits better, but
Lovely. Your death. Begin the onslaught. Go. Ready.
we're really not doing great.
Let us end this. Like.
Could shapeshift into a spider.
I am hurt.
Come on.
Cross me and you shall pay.
Let's try and pick up some stuff.
Dear me. It seems I fell down during the fight, didn't I?
Can I...
And so I shall.
I want to try something.
Vashaden.
Okay, Alistair doesn't have any injuries. Now if I switch Alistair back to Stan. Stan still has his injuries, okay. It's actually good to know. Apparently it's attack speed, I can live with that. Maximum health, oh.
Of course.
Come on.
Direct me. Come and get.
Need to reactivate Song of Valor again, damn it.
Another battle.
Nerak! Hadan!
Liliana, go back, switch back to your bow.
back!
No, I need to use this. Wow, Stan is bad. Okay, lesson learned. We're taking him out of the party next.
Make us breath! I need... Healing soon! Run while you can! Yes, of course.
Very well.
Right away.
Back to this one.
I suppose violence is
Come
a
on.
solution. Sometimes. I'm hurt. I need help.
Okay.
I'm wounded. I
shall do
can't
it.
go on like this.
I see.
Ooh. Okay, hang on. I do actually want to check if, first off, Kunari thickened cap. We're gonna give that to Stan. We want to go. I think I might want to give him a heavy chainmail and just give Alistair regular chainmail. Hang on.
Blast and damnation.
Okay, no, that is not
Vashaden.
Indeed.
My mouse is acting up. Can I can't select Alistair. Thinks I'm hovering over block spawn.
Blast and damnation.
Indeed.
Indeed.
No, I want... Trying to get Alistair in. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna try out-tabbing real quick. Change party. Nope. Can't select Stan either. Ah, that sucks. I don't think I can really fix this. Unless I close out of the game.
Lovely.
What would cause this? Wait, I think I have an idea. Switch to full screen for a second. Keep settings, options. Then we switch full screen off again. Keep settings. Get board in this app. Nope, it's still doing it. If I options, video, full screen mode, keep settings, does it work now? No. Why does it not work? Isn't it nice when games do this? Isn't that just what we want games to do? Is it only... Let's try inventory. Inventory works not well. It's only the party screen that doesn't work. Can't... I need to... Really don't get this. We'll talk to the chanter, we'll pop a save, and then I'll first just try if I go back to the main menu, will it work? If that doesn't, I'll have to restart the entire game. It's a fun glitch. I think actually once we get this reward, like new stuff will show up on the chantry board, but I really don't want to deal with that.
Blessed are the peace.
Of course.
Yeah.
You freed that creature from its cage. Do you honestly think we need more killers on the loose?
Where is this, this Pater guy? If you're the helpful refugee, can tell us.
Ha!
Okay.
Ha!
He has nothing to say. The game is acting a bit weird as well. Is he not here? Okay, I guess I can try.
We needed more
Got a
fighting
brother,
here.
that fella Ostagar.
Don't you see how scared everyone is?
Not next.
Okay, let's just quickly save up. Exit game, go to the main menu. Let's hope the main menu is enough to fix it. Load game. But the game is acting a little bit slow. So I'm slightly worried about everything, honestly. Now we can. Good. Okay, Alistair, you have heavy chainmail. Oh. It doesn't really matter. We can just keep it and we can give... I thought it didn't have, Okay. Well. Is it technically medium? Okay. Guess we can swap it out for heavy stuff. The rest later on as well. Though we might want to give Stan the soldier's helmet then, because I think what he has now is light armor. Yeah. Oh, but it is better. Okay. Oh, that's... okay. It's this kind of armor. Kinda looks interesting on him, I'm not gonna lie. But he still has 3 injuries, so we're gonna swap him out again for Alistair.
Vashaden.
Yes.
Because we'll get to camp soon and then we don't have to worry about him anymore. And we can use the regular injury kit for... Sweet. Now we're not gonna do the other quests from the Chantry board. I think we're gonna take too long. I will need to try and find this guy from the quest. I'm like talking to every single person in the hope they're the right one. It's a bit much, and I don't think the game would do that. But Hatta, Gritch, and Lovering. So there is supposed to be someone here. Refugee. Farmer. Refugee. Okay.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
Lovely.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
I genuinely did not expect this quest to be this tough to find.
Need something?
Dialogue.
I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here. You still look like trouble. We got plenty of that with the war now.
It doesn't really seem very helpful. Guess we could try inside the Chantry, but I doubt that would make a big difference. You'd also think if they have a Reganese here, why not just send that one to do the recruiting, you know? Farmer, refugee, Templar. Let's see. Ah, there he is.
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Reganese.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my sister. Sure, sign the paper, she said. You'll enjoy some coin now, but they'll be back. I guess I'll see you on the front lines.
And so I shall.
Too bad for him, I guess. But we found him. That means we're done here. Now we want to try and make our way to camp, and I think...
Let me ask you this then, Morrigan. What if there really was a maker?
Then I would wonder why he has abandoned his creation. It seems terribly irresponsible of him.
He left us because we were determined to make our own way, even if we hurt ourselves. And he could not bear to watch.
'Tis you.
Yes, perhaps he has gone to a new creation
I do
elsewhere and
not need
abandoned us.
to know, because I have faith. I believe in him and feel his hope and his love.
Faith. How quickly those who have no answers invoke that word.
How can someone who practices magic have so little capacity to believe in that which he cannot see?
Magic is real. I can touch it and command it, and I need no faith for it to fill me up inside. If you were looking for your higher power, there it is.
But only if you can control it. I do not envy the loneliness you must feel at times, Morrigan.
Leave me be. Loneliness would be preferred to this endless chatter.
Like, I kind of get that Morrigan gets angry at Liliana for bringing it up so much. But she really doesn't have to be such a big asshole about it, you know? I am... not very fond of these banters, honestly. I've been thinking a lot recently about like my own religious beliefs, and stuff like this stuff Morrigan is saying is why I don't talk about it with friends or family. Let's just say that.
As you desire. Sensing more darkspawn.
Someone help us!
What?
Let's see.
Once again, I'm taking the entire horde on by myself. Let's try and get back steps on this guy. Alistair is about to die again. Good job, Alistair. Oops. Meanie.
So be it.
Here comes trouble!
Let's try and keep Liliana alive. See, this whole vulnerability hacks in the alpha. Can we...
Very well.
Pop another
Let's
potion.
make this quick!
That was really close.
It's done. Be careful!
Come on.
I'm hurt.
Let's go for a rapid shot. We need...
It's too much.
She's very... very bad condition.
I'm sorry.
Getting shot. There we go.
Run while you can. I see.
That was
So be it.
way too close.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
Just how obliged
You
exactly?
want a reward, eh? I suppose that's an entirely reasonable request. How does 100 silver sound? I was going to use that to fix up the cart, but quite frankly, I'll be grateful enough that my son and I come out of this with our heads.
I'll keep your money, I don't need it.
Then I suppose we're doubly fortunate, aren't we? The
We're
name's
gonna
Bodon
get
Feddick,
scam
merchant
money
and
out if you went another
entrepreneur.
way.
This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
Don't you want to travel to Grey Warden?
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offence, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Okay. Let's go to camp and they'll be there.
As you desire.
Get a party and venture forth.
Bad dreams, huh?
Must have been something I...
Drank more like, as in the tainted blood, remember? You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon is at the dragon.
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
In the middle of night. And look at the night sky, Anastasia. You really think we should move out now? Let's talk,
Yes.
people. Like to talk.
Well, here I am.
That vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the blight.
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw.
But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
This made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit by
That is
either.
why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
I'm gonna keep talking to you until we get to
Yes?
romance, Liliana. Come on, I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What was life like in a chantry
Quiet.
cloister?
It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending, how so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
What did you say to them?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the chantry says, and the chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now. Yes?
I'd like to
Well,
talk.
Here I am.
We're not letting you go yet. What would someone like you be doing in a loitering
What is
chantry?
meant by someone like me?
You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself.
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique, because then they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
I'm sorry that caught me off guard. You brought it up.
I'm having this conversation. But no, I did not take vows. The chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What does affirmed mean?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
Okay. Where were you safe
The
harbor?
chantry does not pride, and you should. I desired time apart from the world. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
She's hiding stuff. But it's okay, I still love her. What is Morrigan have to say?
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to discuss
We're
something
in
personal.
camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Why are you still
I
here?
am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer.
No, I don't want you to leave.
Then I assume our discussion ends here.
Oh, that's...
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you
If you
something.
must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
But it's just a legend, right?
So I assume. My mother has walked the wilds far longer than I. Who am I to suggest what things she has done and not done in her past? Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
It can change into other human forms as well.
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
But the right question here to follow up is, what about elves, dwarves, or Kunari? Because you're not an elf, dwarf, or Kunari. Spend another time as an animal.
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
What do other animals think of you when you've changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
Different Danish people who use similar magic.
Oh? Then I have no doubt your people do much to keep their talents well hidden from humans. I wonder if I was to ask one of your keepers of the origin of their magics, if there would be any relation to what I was taught.
Actually, an interesting thing when you think about Flamet's origins as revealed in Inquisition. I'm not going to spoil much for people who don't know much about Inquisition, but there's actually some interesting parallels there.
I may even ask my mother about it someday, though I doubt she would tell the truth of it even so. Such is her way. Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch? A most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed lest the...
Okay. Then actually that wasn't long enough conversation. I think we're kind of done.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Let me see your whereabouts.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Does he... No, I thought he would sell the stuff. Interesting. I need to look up where I can get those then. Okay, so I think some of these are meant to be for specific people, but if they're free, I might as well get them. But they take up inventory space. Let's see what we can sell. Don't really need a studded leather helmet. Kind of want to keep heavy armor just in case. Actually, now I know it's not that good. So let's sell it as well. Might as well sell these. I feel weird for selling people's personal clothing. Ah, fuck it. Might as well sell the iron ring. Don't really need a regular dagger. I'll give one of those to... Oh, we only had one spare sword. Maybe we looted it somewhere? And should give us some extra inventory space. Oh, I think some of these are... I think some of these actually are meant to lower. Yeah. So like sugar cake and toffee gift probably increases it, lump of chocolate and rotten onion probably lowers it. Actually, I want a backpack. So I'm guessing, hang on. Ugly boots, probably bad. Protective cone, probably lowest. Gets the cat lady's hobble stick as well. Chastity belt is probably lowering stuff for Liliana, I'm guessing. Butterfly swords, unclear whether it's Scotty Blade's men's weapon or simply a stage prop. I mean, I would like a butterfly sword, but is that really the logic we would want to go with? I can sell this. I feel like this would be for Alistair. This is definitely for Dog, definitely for Liliana. King Merrick shields. Would Alistair like that? This is for Morgan. Definitely. Personal among this fascinating law of device that can loose fitting muscle that sits beneath the beard and keeps the drinkers alcohol accessible even after he loses feeling in his arms. I mean, I guess that would be for Ogren. Pat Rock, some Spain and pair of eyes and goofy smile on his rock. Kinda wanna... Okay. It's kinda hard to know what some of these will do. But... let's have a look at some of these. Oh, okay, it only lets us... if they would do something. So I feel like she would like to add a star doll because she's gonna pinprick it.
I am grateful.
Let's give her the loot. She's gonna love it.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
I feel like the gynecology of Kings of Fraud or something for Alistair. It's a grey water hand.
I could get used to this, you know. Great.
Oh.
Super. Thanks.
Whoops. Let's give you the 6.
Is that for me?
Okay, so people hate the, that book. Whoops.
I am impressed.
Okay. Oh, this is for Logan. Of course. She would hate the Chant of Light unabridged. Can't give it to Liliana. Okay.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
Let's see. Can we get some of those? Okay. So this will piss off Morgan, so we don't want it. I don't think we're gonna have Logan in the party. We can hold on to this when we get Ogren. Let's just get a sugar cake for Alistair so he likes me again.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's only 5.
That's very nice.
Okay. I really thought he'd like the Book of
You and your
Gynecology.
friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have...
Can just buy 10 of those and then we're at the same level, I guess. Let's do it. Fuck it. I'm determined now.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Okay. We talk to people now that we've
I
increased
must say
their...
that traveling with you has opened my eyes to how wrong some are about the Dalish. You are not at all savage, and I've not seen you snatch away women and children without provocation.
Are you trying to be funny?
Funny? No. People actually do believe such things of you. If my people were more open to interacting with yours, we could do away with such misperceptions.
It's not that easy.
I hear many city folk talk about how wonderful it must be to live simpler lives, close to the earth. They could learn from the Dalish.
You think it's quaint curiosities meant for study?
I'm sorry. I did not mean it like that. I wasn't trying to belittle your culture. I have met very few elves, and those that I have met were pledged to the service of Orlesian nobles.
Slaves.
They are serfs. There is no slavery in Orlais.
Slaves. It's the same thing.
Elven servants are well compensated for their services. Some of them live richer lives than humans. A well-trained elven servant is highly valued in Orlais. They are nimble and dexterous, and many people find them pleasing to look at.
Like a prize-winning animal?
No, I did not mean it that way.
You're digging a hole for yourself,
My words were
Liliana.
clumsily chosen. I did not mean to offend. I am sorry.
I'm elven, but more than that I am a person.
Of course. I am sorry if I implied otherwise. Thank you. You have given me a lot to think about.
For real, I do really like Liliana for the fact that she's actively trying to learn about like what Mahario's culture is like.
Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
Oh.
It's very nice and it suits you. Simple. Not like the elaborate hairstyles we wore in Orlais. They involved flowers, ribbons, jewels. One year, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Elise decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair. The chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels.
Oh no. Poor birds.
Yes, I don't envy them. She never washed her hair. But I was trying to say something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me. My mind wanders so. It's just that I feel so comfortable talking to you. Like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
And I actually do like the way you ramble.
You see? This is what I mean. You're such a pleasure
Trying to look
talk
up stuff
to.
for a mod as well.
I haven't felt this close to anyone in a long time. I really enjoy your company.
Okay, so Burden is supposed to sell it. So I'm not sure why he doesn't have it. And do you often enjoy the company of other women?
And what would you do if I said I do? Very much so, in fact.
Think I might giggle, maybe look home.
You must do that then. Perhaps later when I'm not prepared for it. Surprise me. Come then, let's get going. If I recall correctly, you have some important earth-shattering business to attend to.
Listen, right now I'm more interested in shattering you.
The stars are out.
There is still beauty to be found in this world.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the blight. That whatever happens down here, they will shine eternally. Their light undimmed. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there. Do you know it? Elindra and her soldier?
Tell me the story.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song,
a soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
That has to be a Tevinter story then, because they mention gods but not the maker. It's a beautiful story.
This story is one of my favorites. A tale of a love so great and so enduring that it defies death and moves the gods to action. Sometimes I ask myself, does such a love exist? Can it exist?
If it is open enough, then we are truly lost.
I never expected you to say that. It is a pleasant surprise.
Secretly a terrible romantic.
I have to say there is a certain severity to you. Finding a person behind that all is nice. Maybe you should let your softer side show more often. Sometimes following your heart, not your head, leads you to remarkable places.
I will say, I get why using the gifts from Boden kind of messes with things. Because it kind of speeds the conversations up a lot. We have the... Can we actually use it here? No.
Looking for little old me?
Always. And talk to you
Yes?
about something.
What's on your mind?
No, never mind. Okay. How much approval do we have from her? Quite high. Interesting.
Something on your mind?
Okay, we have nothing for Alistair. Good to know.
Oh, why, you little...
Did you just jump at the side of your own shadow again?
Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Why are you getting near his foot? Well, he is a war dog.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Like, why were you getting near his food?
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Aw, don't bully him. I'd never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
So why are we saying human here? I don't care about humans, I'm an elf.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Can't be thinking of what normally goes into them.
I am going to pretend I never heard that. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. and tell him not to do it again.
And do it again. You're a Bardock, not a nursemaid.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
I do love the interactions with the Mabaris. Gonna take some time, you know. Good luck with that. I wonder what he's trying to find. At him. Truly blessed interactions. Is that everything? Okay. Where did he walk off to? Almost looked like he was gonna leave.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
You thought I was callow?
You sound surprised. You must have heard this before. You'll get over it. Eventually.
Where'd you come to Ferelden?
I was sent to be the eyes of the Antom. The Arishok asked, "What is the blight?" By his curiosity, I am now here.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
When are you going to do that?
Never. I cannot go home.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
What were you doing?
Does it
that
matter?
cage?
Very well. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
What do you mean by a weak mind?
That is complicated. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the Darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
What happened to the other Canary?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
What did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
Did you believe them?
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You panicked over a lost blade?
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Calenhad.
Oh, fine.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
What does this guy do?
You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners?
Right.
The name is Levy.
You can
Levy Drive.
farm experience from this
Did
guy.
Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Duncan never mentioned you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years.
But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
Promise that Duncan make to you.
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Olin banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Just tell me what I need to know.
Duncan wanted to reclaim the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak, and perhaps we'll uncover evidence to restore my family's honour along the way. Nobody's been to Soldier's Peak since the Grey Wardens were banished, but I found a way. They say it's haunted, and it's certainly dangerous. Will you help me?
Sure.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
I think it will depend on, like, what works. Because I want to go to the... Danish house first, because I think that makes the most sense for Ellaine. And I'm thinking after that, probably... Danarim. Oh, so to speak, is right up above that. So we could go Brazilian Forest, Danarim, Soldier's Peak. And then we could, like, handle this area. I'm really sure about Ben Lauren's land. But we can definitely go to the Cannon Head and also get the Circle Tower. Then maybe Orzammar, Soldier's Pass, Redcliffe. Because like Lotharing will be taken by the Blight eventually, we can't go back. Okay. Soldier's Peak, Ban Lauren. The room set first survival Oscar escaped the prison of Ban Lauren and seeking the aid of the Grey Ones. Okay. That makes sense. And kill farmers work with sword bears, Savels, for tiny. Okay. Let's talk to Sandow.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
See what other goods you have.
Certainly. I could...
According to the mod, he is supposed to have the Phoenix Armory items. Cannot find them. So maybe I need to return to camp later. Because like, I have the mod, because otherwise I couldn't have the armor I have now.
I await your command. At times, perhaps, a world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Sounds wonderful.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
Can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
A hard time picturing you heartbroken.
That is because I learned my lesson well. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Interesting. I think that's all the conversations we're going to get from people. We could try and use gifts to increase Liliana's approval further, I guess, but I'm kind of unsure exactly how I should handle some of it. But I kind of, because I feel like if I was playing normally, gaining approval through the gifts would feel a little bit like cheating. But I feel like for on-stream, it might be necessary because otherwise this would take ages. But I'm also thinking it's probably best if we save the game here because it's almost 3 hours. And we can then go to Denerim, or we can go to Brazilian Forest tomorrow. Keep wanting to say Brazilian, which is very different. I think that's going to be it for now. Thank you for everybody who popped in. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And hope to see you all again very soon. Good night.